next thing I was going to ask you is, what are some of the things you didn't see at the show that you thought you were going to see? I just thought.
All right, so I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Has there been a lot of blabber in the forum about 1.4?
Not at all.
Well, that's interesting because you think that.
Well, there is to some extent.
I won't buy anything until 1.4 is there.
Yeah, right.
Keep your shirt on, okay?
That's right.
Not going to be out. First in TV sets, probably towards the end of the year, and maybe not into next year. And in AV receivers, if I'm not going to buy another AV receiver surround sound processor until 1.4. You want to wait? The couch is over there.
That's right.
Go take a big long nap. Which
Yeah.
is not a good or bad, by the way.
Right.
It's simply a matter of it's going to take that amount of time to implement it.
Now, isn't it true, boiling it down to the essentials, that the two big differences in 1.4 over 1.3 is, first of all, 1.4 will have the dedicated Ethernet channel, the HEC,
Right.
and that will require two new connections. So you
And it
need
also will
different
require, that's the only part that will require a new cable.
Right.
And any of these big features of 1.4 will require new devices that
Right.
are 1.4 all along the chain.
And the other thing, which is an advantage, has the audio. You can send the audio back.
And that sort of ties to a trend that we're seeing, where we started to see at the beginning of the year at CES, and we're seeing here through Cedia Expo, is the audio return channel was originally envisioned for people that are using the tuner in their TV set, in their display, for off-air, clear QAM or ATSC reception, and it brings the audio back into the AV receiver without the need for another speed of cable.
Right.
But as TV sets are rapidly growing widgets and internet connectivity, or the LG set or the Mitsubishi sets that have Voodoo built into them now,
Right.
how are you going to get that audio, 5.1 by the way, from the Voodoo movies back into your AV receiver?
Another wire, or
You wait for the audio return
Yeah.
channel.
But if
So-
the receiver doesn't have 1.4, you use the other wire.
Well, but right now neither do the TV sets anyway. But
That's
down
true.
the road,
Okay.
those are going to be the compelling arguments for 1.4, and of course they're talking about 3D. There was a lot of 3D stuff at the show. I found it very interesting to see in one place in closer proximity, so you could have a little visual memory. The no doubt about it, and I was a little skeptical at first, the full 1080p, the Panasonic, was really superior to the 540p per eye. And there was more than one. Sony was also using a different technique than
I just saw that this morning. I had seen it at Panasonic Labs, but I saw they added up to it. It's very, very good.
I'm still not totally convinced.
I got a little woozy at points.
Well, you have to be able to sit
sit
through the movie without a headache, or as they say, indigestion.
That's right. All right. So now,
Excuse me.
was there anything that you expected to see that you didn't see?
But 1.4 is
Yeah.
one of
Well,
them.
I understand that. Yeah.
And now it's sort of Cedia, although if in the custom installation market, occasionally there will be some revolutionary things. There were some new takes on old things for those on the forum that are into custom installation. Not available at retail. You have to go through a custom installer.
Right.
Crestron has a system called Prodigy. Remember Prodigy?
Oh yeah.
No, not that Prodigy.
No, we were on Prodigy.
There you go. So was I.
In fact, I was thinking today as I went past the Crestron site, did they buy the license for that? 'Cause,
They're
you
pretty
just
aware
like that.
guys.
Just like the ET product.
Yep, the ET Pioneers ET thing.
Yeah,
we'll
Steven
see.
Spielberg is going to be his lawyers are saying,
we'll
"Here we
see.
go."
Or give me a couple of them.
That's right.
Although he's more tied into Panasonic.
Yeah.
But the Crestron Prodigy for under $1,000 for a basic but very full functioning home automation system.
Right.
That was very interesting.
Well, I noticed that most of the, even like Universal Remote Control, they're getting in now just not controlling your components for the whole house.
Well,
They have
or-
their CCP,
or
complete control.
yeah, or product like Speakercraft's Nerve.
Right, the Nerve.
This is very
Now, what is
interesting.
Nerve? I said to Jeremy, what is Nerve? What does the acronym stand for? It doesn't.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good.
They have a lot of nerve. That's
They
all I
certainly
saw.
have a lot of nerve.
Yeah, I
but
was
they're
trying to
very-
figure it out. And
very
I
good guys.
couldn't come up with anything that I could say.
It's a great name. They're
That's
the
right.
masters
They have a lot of
doing
nerve.
that kind of
Right.
marketing.
All right. Now, the only other thing that was a little obvious, and I just a quick question on this: how do you think the economy has affected everything? To me, it seemed like there was a slightly smaller audience this year.
There's no question that the economy has affected the custom installation business
Yeah.
just as it's affected, just about any other segment of business.
Right.
But the firms that are able to continue are proving that they're the good guys.
Yeah.
The market for this is still there.
it's like a weeding out
still,
process, yeah.
It's you could put it in those words.
Yeah.
It's still a very vibrant, very important business. It's definitely not going away. The traffic on the show floor was pretty good. There were 75 new. In spite of that, in spite of the economy, there were 75 new exhibitors here. People who weren't here last year.
Well, one person I talked to, he said, well, as people cut back, they do more entertaining at home.
And
So you're
Right.
more into building that.
And I think also you have to be careful when you look at, judge a trade show by its attendance numbers. Again, 75 new companies attending here, and if the attendance might be down from last year and it hasn't been announced yet, that doesn't mean that there were less companies coming. It
Right.
may mean that some companies, some of the installation companies, may have sent fewer people.
Right.
But this is absolutely a must attend for
Oh,
anybody
yeah,
in the customer service
absolutely.
business.
And like you said, the ones that are open to the public tend to be, I don't want to see 25,000 different brands of blenders and car stereos. Nothing against those, but now, okay. Speaking of, to wrap this up, Atlanta 2010. What do you think we'll see next year, or what do you think?
You'll see a lot more 3D.
Right.
You'll see more flat panels with LED. You'll see more flat panels with this full array technology, and you'll see a lot more internet-enabled products.
Right.
Everything over
IP,
IP.
everything, right.
Everything over
Yeah.
IP.
Now,
And that's the trend.
Anyway, all right. So I guess with that's a good point on this to break, and then we'll see you again next year.
Hi there, HTF guys.
That's
and
right.
gals.
And gals, right.